So did you guys hear what about how Joe Biden's just had a oofy doofy?
Yeah.
When he fell?
Like an Air Force Academy graduation or
We're
something.
just together right now.
Dude, he be falling too much, man.
He falls a lot.
What's going on? Oh, he tripped again.
Do you think he has the most falls out of all the presidents?
Oh yeah, for sure.
so.
He's top leaderboard.
Yeah.
Isn't the full video that he like walked to the wrong spot and then had to go back and then had to go forward and then he fell? There's like a whole like saga.
Well, I mean, no, there's.
It looks like
the full.
fucking-
I have the full video.
At this point, it just feels like, is Grandpa okay?
No, yeah, he just walked straight.
Just walks right off.
One step, dude. That's
Yeah, Trump nailed him with a fucking golf club. That's the full
the
video.
graphic of the ball is so funny.
It like defies physics.
At some point, don't we got like a chief doctor person
Yeah.
that could be like,
A physical
yeah,
therapist.
I think the vice president needs to take over.
How old is he?
He's like 80.
80?
He's about to be 80 something. Let me see. Joe Biden.
He should probably do less events, huh?
Yeah.
Just
I
do
think
less
he'll be
events.
80 if he. Yeah, he's 80 right now. He's 80.
Yeah, he should just go to.
I think he aged progressively though after those strokes that they kept under the wrap.
He has strokes?
He had a couple strokes.
Right after the election, I think he had like
secret
2.
strokes.
He's 80.
Sounds like a cool band.
This is another angle.
What do you think of his swing?
Sharp swing.
You think when like people try to coach him, he just tells them like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Trump looks so funny.
How many people made this type of video?
A lot of people.
Crazy.
We literally elected a fucking dude that's in his 80s.
Yeah. Well, he's now 80.
Well, now, I mean, but still, like, you know, like, what the fuck?
We wanted to see if it was possible.
Trump is like 70 something. Yeah.
70 something.
So old.
The difference of sentience is very large.
76.
76. So by the time if Trump does win, by the end of the
He's
term,
78.
he'll be 80 something,
Yeah, he'd get elected at 78. I think. I don't know.
and then finish at like 81, 82.
Why are we doing this?
It's what we do.
Why, like,
I mean, Obama was like,
he was in his 40s.
yeah, he was young.
Who?
Reagan was 70 something.
Yeah, Reagan.
He was like the oldest president until Biden now.
Didn't Obama retire at like 55 or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? That's young still.
Yeah, that's the life.
Well, that's because when he got elected, he was young. Like
43 maybe?
Yeah.
43. I didn't really.
Well, because we
realize
were younger, so it just felt so old. But then I'm
Yeah.
just like, can you imagine being like 40, even 40, like 5, and you're fucking president, bro?
That's a big deal.
Kennedy was 43. Wow. Obama.
People like the young ones though.
I mean, Kim Jong Un, the dear leader.
Sorry, black don't crack.
Oh, he got elected at 47.
Yeah.
And Kennedy was 43.
You see him paddleboarding in Hawaii? Obama
Recently?
paddleboarding? And you're like, dude, this guy's fucking, he still got it, bro.
Yeah, he still got it.
I kind of like having a young president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a young leader kind of gives like this younger energy to the.
I think Kim Jong Un got started at 36.
That's
How old
what
is
I'm
he?
talking about.
Now he's 39.
He's 39?
Yeah. Well, we're the same age. That's
so
how I
glad
know.
they voted for him.
So glad he won fair and square.
Really?
Yep.
I do miss having a president that could
Kim Jong
articulate.
Un, yeah. The Pillsbury Doughboy right now.
Yeah, he's 39.
Yeah, he's 39.
I thought he was older.
It's because he's
He looks
big.
older, yeah.
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 He's very youthful cheeks.
Because he's a lot taller than I thought. Like, you know when Trump met him and they stood next to each other? I thought he was going to be like 5'3" and fat as fuck.
He was fat as fuck though.
He still is, but he's not 5'3".
Yeah, he's not 5'3".
I was like, because isn't Trump like 6 foot or some shit? So, like, yeah.
What do you guys think? We who should be president then? What kind of age?
All right, so right now on the right we got Trump and DeSantis, right? And on the left we basically have Biden and no one's contesting except Robert F. Kennedy.
I like Robert.
And then who else?
Maybe RFK.
Marianne Williamson. I don't know
But
if she has a shot.
Typically there isn't. If there's a sitting president of that party, they don't have a contestant. And then
we can't get Robert.
we can, but then typically the Democrats wouldn't
How old
back.
is Robert?
Like what would happen is the Democrats they'll back the sitting president. They wouldn't.
They should make an exception this time.
They should, man. We
They should
need
call
it,
an
dude.
audible.
We need it,
know?
man.
We need what?
change the motherfucking president out.
Yeah.
We got expired eggs in the fridge.
That takes a long time. Eggs don't expire for a while.
I think a lot of
He's
the
a
people
century
that
ahead.
voted for Biden, they thought they were gonna get Obama 2.0.
And meanwhile, what? There's no fucking way. Who thought that? Where are those people at? I want to see them right now.
How did you react when Biden was like, if you don't vote for me, you're not black?
I was like, fuck yeah, you're not. You ain't black. Vote for him. It is weird how like, I mean, not to get so political, but like it is weird how like if you are black, you have to be Democrat. You know,
That is kind of weird.
it's like a weird thing. It's
Minority,
I think
bro.
that would be
Like,
weird.
yeah, more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In general, yeah, like Latinos, everybody. Like, yeah,
You don't like Larry Elder?
Who?
Larry Elder?
Larry Elder.
One
that
of
black dude?
the best politicians to ever exist.
Is he?
wait, is he the guy from Compton?
He's in San Diego,
He was
right?
trying to
He's a radio guy from Compton.
he was trying to run for
LA mayor.
governor. No, governor. Yeah.
Oh.
And then someone threw an egg on him.
Yeah.
Someone hit it with the.
Yeah.
They were calling him a white supremacist.
That's slavery right there. That's a hate crime, bitch.
Lock her
I
up.
don't care if you like him or not. That's a hate crime, yo.
They were calling him a white supremacist.
They were?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
This is the weirdest time right
This is the
now.
weirdest time. This is the weirdest time.
Because I never thought there'd be a time when you saw a bunch of white kids call black people white supremacists.
Oh, it's funny.
Because I'm just like, I be seeing some of these like out like protests and stuff, right? And then people be arguing and shit. And there'll be like a bunch of like these like kind of college students, and then there'll be like a black Republican or conservative or whatever, and they'll be like, "You fucking white supremacist!" And I'm all like,
Well, they were saying that to even the black cops that were just holding the line at the protest.
Yep.
Like
"That
they
is
just-
so weird."
And the dude was just standing there like, "Come on, man."
That's a good burn, though.
I'm at work.
Good burn.
If you want to hurt someone's feelings,
guy-
call a black guy a white supremacist.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna take that personal.
There was,
Super
there was a guy
personal,
guarding his friend's pawn shop, and he got like executed, and they were calling him the same shit. And he was like a black dude who was like guarding.
Well, I
his
mean,
friend.
unless it's Clayton Bigsby.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you got like a Clayton Bigsby, then it's like,
Because he was respected.
you know, he was he had a whole congregation. It's weird, like, yeah, that younger generation, like, I just think, I don't know, when you think about like us being that age, like we didn't know that much. You know, and I think they just don't know that much.
True. So they think they know more.
They know more, but they're just mad at like the elderly, you know, like people above them, which I get. You know, like that's that fucking that's that like, you know, that angst or whatever.
Yeah, because I was a big time communist in high school. Because I read
which makes me laugh.
I read the Communist Manifesto.
Real big Mussolini guy.
Because you know why though? So, like socialist groups and clubs and shit like that, it thrives in like high school and university because I feel like
It makes sense in that
you're
community.
just counterculture.
Sure, yeah.
You're counterculture. You're not mainstream,
defiant.
whatever. And then the ideology just sounds really good. Like,
Oh, it all
when
sounds
you don't
great.
know the world, it sounds really fucking good. It's like,
Oh, share, guys.
It sounds like paradise.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Like everything homeboy was saying, what's that other old white dude?
Which one?
Bernie Sanders?
My dad.
Sanders. Yeah, everything. Like everything he was saying, like that all sounds great.
really
Yeah.
Your
good.
dad should run, dude.
It's like never happened well.
Dude, I used to really like Bernie, and then I'm all like, wait a minute. You have $1 million homes. What are you talking about, millionaires? You're a millionaire.
And he really does talk out both sides of his mouth on all the war stuff.
Yeah.
And he just supports the corporatist Democrats on everything.
Yeah.
But
interesting.
this is why
Sorry,
it's
Steve.
it's kind of like, you know that Black Mirror episode where the guy makes that viral video?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, why you gotta talk about that? Is it because Chappelle's here that you're talking about it?
No.
Yeah, he's all trying to connect. He goes,
getting
"Oh, Chappelle's
somewhere
here."
with this.
Have you guys seen Black Mirror?
You know that episode where the guy it's that episode when they're all in the tower and they're like a rat in the cage just doing the same thing, right? And he makes a viral video and then he gets famous from it. So he gets invited to the upper class and then to do that viral video, but I think it was like a suicide video or some shit. Like he had a knife and he had his monologue and they're like, "Oh, it's so passionate," right? And when he got to the top, he wanted to be this like rebel and disrupt the system and everything. And then he was like, you know what, life is kind of good at the top.
Yeah.
And then he just started performing his thing and all that, and then he just stayed up there. And it was kind of like, I kind of feel like that's what people do, right? Like politics and all that.
Yeah.
Everyone has this energy to change the world, and then they get there, and then they're like,
This is pretty tough.
actually.
Well,
Yeah,
even
that's true. Like I feel that like that younger generation that's like highly upset and like wants all these like, you know, fantasy things. I think it's just like a lot of it becomes from like they just broke. You know, when you think about it, like because when you get money, yeah, things do change. Your life does change. When you have a consistent flow of a lot of money, yeah, things are fucking very different, and you're not gonna complain about the things that you would normally complain about.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about it, like I just think it's like, yeah, like more like a classist thing than it is like
it's classist.
I think
than it
like
is like a
you're
racism.
someone-
Like you know, I think racism has this.
It happens when like you're someone that's not benefiting from the system, so you
Yeah.
hate the
So
system.
you hate the system.
But then as you work in the system, and then you benefit from the system, you're like, I kind of like the system now.
It's kinda tight. Yeah, for sure. It's kind of
sweet.
For sure, yeah.
like caviar.
That's why
Yeah.
it's hard to blame all these fucking hack-ass news anchors, right? Because they're living the life making like 30 grand a week.
Exactly.
Getting to
They
support.
make that much.
Oh, yeah, dude, they're killing it.
Anderson
Absolutely.
Cooper.
Yeah, exactly.
Anderson Cooper killing it.
Yeah, killing it. Makes millions and millions.
Damn.
Plus, historically, like when you look at countries that did have revolutionaries that took over, like that usurped the government, how did that turn out? Always disaster.
The rebels always become
Yeah.
the institution.
Yeah.
That's, I feel like
It's the new corrupt, basically.
disruption, power struggle, and then the new establishment, like, it's like a cycle. It's like having winter, spring, summer, fall, whatever, and it just keeps going on and on. Because if you think about America, this like, we're a rebel state, we don't have royalty, and then like we become the biggest empire, right? And then like there's gonna be new disruptors, there's gonna be new rebels, and it's gonna keep cycling like this. Rebels will always become the new institution until another group of rebels come and become and disrupt this one.
And corruption, right? We will take corrupt people and we will actually use them, right? If they serve our American interests, like how many people in Afghanistan and Iraq and all that stuff, they were the bad guys, right? And then we use them as informants. We pardon everything that they did bad, and like you know, it's like the show The Blacklist, right? Like that's about like a bunch of bad guys, right? You got bad guys.
Did you say you people?
No, the show The Blacklist, like the James Spader show.
I love that show, by the way. Yeah,
It's so sick.
You take a bad guy, a corrupt guy, and then he's like, hey, you can forgive all my crimes, and I'll tell you guys where all the fucking pudding is made. And they're like,
Okay.
all right, deal. Damn, that's
Sounds
all the
like a
show.
Yeah.
Same thing in Dark Knight Rises. There's like a similar lesson.